This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of me watching Glitter and Lasers clothing hauls. I don't do this very often, okay? Look. Look. This is probably one of her most controversial clothing hauls. I don't know if that's even the right word for it. I just think it's kind of funny. I don't know how to quite put this one. Anna has done a goth haul here, or what she calls a goth haul. She is hauling a goth brand, and we will be looking at it. And it has upset. I don't know if upset's even the right word. It has caught the attention of the goth community, at least on YouTube. And I, for some strange reason, am being notified of it constantly by YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. I didn't know all of these wonderful creators that existed. But also, it has caught the attention of the usual reactors, which I just find this really funny that this particular haul of Anna's has made a splash through a ripple, if one will. It has pierced the veil, if you will. And because of that, I want to react to this one. I don't know if she's purposefully slamming the brand or not. She seems at the beginning to be slightly excited about it, and then as the video progresses, gets less and less excited, like she does as the clothes, spoilers, don't fit. We'll talk about that. I have watched Milk Tea Reacts, because that's the first one of these that I watched. Milk Tea is not herself an identified goth. Most of the people I watched are not. Though I started getting recommended people who are just like, no, Anna. It was fantastic, actually. I'm just like, how did you manage to reach an entirely new part of YouTube and offend them all? Good job getting out there. But anyway, so we are going to watch this haul. We are going to talk about it now. One of the things that does make this interesting to me is I won't claim that I was hardcore goth, but I did dabble in it. And so in honor of that, we are going to wear the world's best black lipstick, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. And spoilers, it's from ELF. You expect nothing else from me at this point. I don't even know why I bother buying other makeup at this point. I don't know. Is there a contract on which I can sign my soul away? So here's the biggest problem with black lipstick. I mean, it looks wonderful, but if you don't put it on perfectly, it looks like crap. And I mean, perfectly. It looks like crap. But I think I got it. There we go. This is All Night. It is the O-Face satin lipstick from ELF. I can't find this anywhere except online. Just FYI if you want to buy it. So, all right, anyway. So, we have sufficiently gothified ourselves. We have not. Anyway, we have put on our tribute black lipstick. This is good stuff, by the way. It doesn't dry your lips out. It doesn't run. It's not gonna like fade while I talk. It's beautiful. This is, you guys remember last year when I was like trying to find the best black lipstick? Right there, found it. Right at the end of the season when it was like no longer black lipstick season. All right, anyway, let us go watch this. Now, for those of you who do participate in the goth lifestyle, will know that, you know, goth is, I think as Lindsay was putting it, because I did watch Lindsay's rendition of this as well. It's so good. Goth is a lifestyle for most people who like live in goth, and goth has really evolved since it first started, right? Now, we're not talking like gothic, you know, like the gothic novels, but it is where that term kind of evolved from. We're going to use that word a lot, apparently. But goth as we know it today kind of is a little bit, you guys are going to come for me on this one, kind of a little bit of like emo kind of came out of goth a little bit, and then it kind of like came back in a little bit. So I don't even know if there's really Is there really a difference between emo and goth at this point? Because I haven't been part of that scene for a really long time. And, you know, like the kids, they do their own thing these days. Also, I've been sick all weekend, so pardon me. But back in my day, goth makeup was a black eyeliner, and that's what you did because there was no black lipstick. And you put the black eyeliner on for your lipstick. You put the black eyeliner on for your eyeliner. You drew on your face with the black eyeliner. Like it was black eyeliner. That was your goth makeup, and you just did not go out in the sun to get pale. Like that was it. Sometimes you were able to find like white makeup. Sometimes. And then Hot Topic came, and Hot Topic saved us all. Anyway. Oh, the days before Hot Topic. What did we ever do? Anyhow, my point is, goth has evolved, right? And nowadays, you have these really great brands that put together these really nice clothes, and you know you can find gothic-y, dark makeup everywhere. You can find colors that will work for any kind of gothic look. There's all kinds of different types of goth. Like there's even like one of the sparkly pink goth, which is actually kind of cool to look at. Like goth itself has evolved as a subculture and as a lifestyle in general, and it's kind of fun. I actually had a friend who, when we were going through undergrad, that was his thesis, was just observing the goth subculture. Really great guy, really great project. So there you go. He went on to work with, I think the Kenzie Institute, which I was thinking about doing a video on that. Not him on the Kenzie Institute, but anyhow, point being. Anna, I don't, here's the thing with this video. I don't think Anna's trying to be goth in this video. I think Anna is trying to embrace fall and embrace Halloween early. Most of us, we embrace Halloween, or at least the autismal, yep, that's not right, season around September. And I think Anna's just trying to get out ahead of that, as she does. And so that's why we have this haul, is she's just trying to get that Halloween feel onto her channel early. So I think that's what this is all about. I don't think Anna's trying to be goth, but I think because of that, it kind of makes the video fall a little flat. There's nothing wrong with wanting to haul goth clothing. There's nothing wrong with wanting to like try goth stuff on. It is cool looking. I mean, for most people think it's cool. Look, I think it's cool looking. I like having pieces of it around. I like wearing it. So there's that. But like I said earlier, I don't consider myself a goth. I don't live it 24/7, but I mean, I have all kinds of like skull stuff around, and I have like remnants of it from when I was younger, but I don't continue to live that lifestyle today. But I know there are some people that do, and who do embrace it, and who do obviously took personal umbrage to this haul. And I can understand why, right? But again, I don't think that was Anna's intention, but it does kind of point out the way that Anna doesn't read the room, right? One of the things that I used to notice with Anna's threads posts is that she was just very like oblivious to the world around her and to how her posts would come off to the people who would read them, right? She just, I don't want to use the word privilege because they weren't always necessarily privileged. They were just kind of like oblivious. And you could just tell that she definitely came from like a different world than other people did sometimes. I'm trying not to use certain terms, but that's just kind of the point. And this, I think, is one of the hauls that kind of comes off that way, where she saw some cool clothes, she wanted to haul them, she wanted everybody to have a good time doing it, and it didn't work because, as usual, she didn't buy the right sizes. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but we will talk about that. And because her attitude started to diminish because the clothes didn't fit and she didn't look like the sexy siren that she thought she was going to look like, because let's face it, part of especially the female goth look is it's very, well, okay, the mainstream female goth look is very hypersexualized at times. I think that's what Anna was hoping to go for, or was hoping to achieve with some of these looks, especially one of the final looks. And it didn't work. And I think she just, you know how she does when things don't work for her, her attitude just plummets. We've seen it happen many, 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 many times. And she ends up rage quitting, which is another interesting thing about this video, because I don't think I've ever seen her rage quit a haul before, like ever. Which I think is another reason why this particular haul is making the rounds. So there's that. And but because she went into this without thinking it all the way through, without trying the clothes on first, like she clearly was doing this as a blind try on, she missed the mark she was going for. This didn't end up being like a lighthearted, oh, isn't this cool? Aren't these pretty? I could see how this could be, you know, how this could look on the right body kind of a thing. It just is a slow descent into her being pissed off. And because of that, it comes off as she's angry at the clothes, and maybe she could even be kind of a little miffed at not the subculture, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like the genre that is the goth aesthetic. There we go. I don't think that was her intention, but I think that's the result. And it's just one of those times where I think if with a little bit of forethought, Anna could have avoided that. I mean, we're all going to screw up eventually, but... And it's not like this is the most egregious thing Anna's ever done, so I'm not trying to go there. It's just, this is one of the most interesting hauls she's ever done, just because of the reaction that I'm seeing in my feed. I don't know what everybody else is seeing, but it just, in my feed, I'm getting some very interesting reaction from people who are not typical reactors to Anna in general, and they're mostly reacting to this because it's a goth haul. They are goth personalities on YouTube who are reacting to this specifically because it's a goth haul. Now, that being said, Anna has 2.3 million subscribers, and this thing's got 12K views. Yeah, I think I'm doing that number right. Yeah, 12K views after 3 days. She posted this on August the 21st. Today is August the 25th. So it's not, it might be one of her more viewed ones. I don't know. I haven't compared numbers yet, but it's not doing well. All right. One of the things we are going to do is, as she goes through her various looks, we are going to compare. And one thing we're going to do before we get started is, where'd it go? One of the things that Milk Tea was pointing out was you can come here and fill out a little survey. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see it pretty well. There we go. So you come back here. I wanted to do that. So you can come in here and you can fill out this little survey, and it will tell you, why do you need to know my age? We're gonna lie. I'm 42. What is my weight? What was my weight? And we're gonna go with that. Pounds, yeah. We're fluctuating. My body is changing. I need to get a clip of Lindsay saying that. My body. I need a clip of that. To go with my for me, I need Lindsay saying my body. No, we are definitely... Oh, we're curvier than that. Well, nah, we that curvy. We're definitely that curvy. Now, in all fairness, in Anna's case... Wait. Yeah, okay. I see what it's doing. I was hoping maybe it, like, came out more. I see how, like, the stomach's just kind of... Like, that's me. But Anna kind of needs that. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying. But Anna also has, like, a badonka butt. Anna and I got junk in the trunk. I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. All right. Nah, we got them birthing hips. Got the Midwest birthing hips. What is this? This is our bra size. This is probably way more information than any of you actually need to know. How do you like your clothes to fit? Personally? Oh man, that's gorgeous. From this little teeny tiny picture that's probably even smaller for you guys. I like my clothes to fit regular when it comes to this kind of stuff, yeah. Alright. So according to this, my size is a large. Which, this is a 3XL. So Anna's claiming that she ordered this in a 3XL. And it goes up to a 5. Does it tell me what the sizes are? Does it have a size chart? It does. Ta-da! Well, actually, according to their measurements, I should be a medium, but I'm not paying $86 for this dress, just FYI. So they're actually giving me a larger size than I would have picked myself. Just FYI. So their sizes, they're telling me okay, just FYI, my measurements, I would have picked a medium. Their measurement, their little size thing is actually giving me a larger size than I would have picked for myself. Going off of my measurements. Alright, just letting you guys know. So that's the discrepancy there. They're actually telling me to buy a larger size. So, I don't know. In that case, if I was going to buy this dress, I might actually buy the size they're suggesting with the caveat that I may need to send it back. Because if I'm dropping almost $100 on a dress, I'm not going to alter it. It's going to fit or it's going to go back. Yes, I can alter my own clothes. No, I'm not going to. They got some cute stuff though, I'm not going to lie. But the thing I wanted to show was that you did have the option of going through a little chart there. Now, let's go here. Let's go back. Anna says she's 5'10", I think she's sticking with. And I'm gonna be kind and put her around 400. It won't let me put her in at 400. Are you kidding me? Okay. Can I put her in a 350? It won't. Okay, well, all right. First problem. It won't let you put your weight higher than 300. That's interesting. She's definitely curvier. Definitely wide. Alright, so I probably cut out the bra size measurement thing because I just randomly guessed and I don't want to be mean. But the one that I guessed for her brings her out to a 4XL, minimally. Now, if you click on the link that Anna has in her video, it takes you to a 3XL. And the option to wear this tight wasn't there. And I think that's because the dress isn't made to be worn tight. I think that's because I went back and I tried to do it with my own, and I think that's because the dress isn't designed to be worn tightly. It's meant to fit regular. Like I couldn't pick loose either. So I think it's just the way the dress is cut, right? Which comes up. So my point is, first off, on this chart, Anna couldn't put her weight any higher than 300 if she wanted to. Okay. Secondly, I guess the XL's, the size chart would then depend on what her bra size would have been, depending on how she put her bra size in. And I was just guessing based on my own bra size. And it would depend on how honest she's going to be about her bra size. And even then, like, Anna's top is smaller than her bottom, which with this dress, it matters because it's going to flare out at her hips, but it's going to be tight in the bodice. So anyway, my point is, guesstimating all of that, this is still putting her at a 4XL. Anna says she bought a 3. This thing goes to a 5. If I were Anna, I would have bought it at a 5 because the 3 way doesn't fit. I'd be skeptical that the 4 would fit. But, I mean, I'd at least give it a shot. At least the site is saying a 4 fits, but if she's 300 pounds, I would be very surprised if she's 300 pounds. Is just kind of where I'm at with that. It wouldn't even let me put in 350. The site stops at 300. So, but their sizing goes up to 5XL. All right. So even if Anna, here's my thing. Even if Anna had followed their Find My Perfect Size, she probably would have capped out at a 4XL anyway, just from the chart, just from the survey, because of the way that the survey stops, right? And even then, when it asks for like the curvy, you know, it gives you the slim, regular, and curvy. The curvy doesn't have that curvy, right? Curvy for me is not the same as curvy for her, right? And you saw that I picked it for me and I picked it for her because I wouldn't consider myself regular, right? And Anna is certainly not regular, so there's that. But Anna's curvy and my curvy are two different curvies, right? So there's some flaws with this, but at least they're trying, you know? Even then, putting all of our information in the way that I did, it still gave us two different sizes. Like, it was telling me that I was a large. It's telling Anna that she's a 4XL. Now, remember that I said, going off of my measurements, I would have picked a medium in their sizing. And they were telling me to pick a large. Now, maybe that's what Anna was thinking. Maybe Anna does know her measurements, one would hope. And she went off of their size chart, because they do have a size chart. And maybe she saw that their size chart, what would be a 4XL here? I don't know. Maybe she saw that the 4XL was, you know, a 44 to a 47 inch waist. And she's like, nah, I don't know. Let's say she starts at a 40 or she stops at a 44. And she's like, okay, well, the 3XL goes to a 44, right? Maybe that's what she was thinking. I'm just guessing. I don't know. And so she was taking that gamble that she could fit into that 3XL, not understanding that that's the max that a 3XL will go to, which typically you don't really want to do that, right? You want to fit somewhere snugly in the middle here or the far end of it, right? And this is all in inches for my international folks. They do have a centimeters down here. All right, this is the other part that's really important here, other than it tells you what it's made out of, which is mostly plastic. This says model is 5'10" and wearing an XL. Oh, so she's wearing the size I told me to buy. So that's what I would look like if I bought this dress. I'd look exactly like her. Exactly like this. Sign me up. That's how that works, right? Sorry. Anyway, Anna says she's 5'10". Sometimes she'll say she's 5'10 and a half. So she sometimes she's 5'11-ish. Sometimes. Anna will go on in this video to talk about how these looks don't work for her because she's a tall girly. This model is 5'10", without the boots. All right? The boots probably give her another, 3 inches? 3 inches? Because it's in platforms, which I also can't walk in. But that's kind of the point. Anna, I don't know if Anna just doesn't look at measurements or just doesn't look at... This is something I've always complained about with her hauls, is she doesn't seem to look at the fabrics. And this is something she's always done. She doesn't seem to look at the fabrics. She doesn't seem to look at the model measurements, which they usually always have. They always have these kind of things down here, like, you know, about the features, the fits, fabric care. Here's the model's information. Like, they've even got her bust, waist, and hip measurements, right? So you can even just look at her. I mean, that's a lot of personal information, but she's a model, so that's, you know, this is how she makes her living. You can look at her actual measurements and compare your measurements to her measurements, right? So there's a lot of information here that Anna could have looked at, like the model's measurements. She could have taken this little test. She could have looked at the size chart here. Yes, Anna's nowhere near this woman's measurements. This woman's closer to my measurements, but she's Anna's height, right? And knowing that this woman is 10 inches taller than I am and seeing that this dress comes to just above her knees means this thing's going to hit probably right below my knees, you know, which means if I want to rock this, I'm probably going to have it taken in if I want it to come above my knee, kind of a thing. Like, things to think about if you're a short girl. Of course, I have long legs, so it's not usually an issue. But my point is, I know these things about myself. So when I look at this kind of picture and I know how tall this model is, I know how to like adjust my vision of how this dress is going to look. Anna doesn't seem to do that. And I'm not even a fashionista. I'm just somebody who like buys clothes. And I can't try this on until I order it. I don't know if I want to drop $86 on this dress. I mean, kind of do, but you know, like what if I don't? I mean, I don't have $86 to drop on this dress. So, you know, if it's not going to fit me, I'm not going to do this. Kind of my point. Anna just seems to be like, ooh, cool. And she just like randomly buys something. She's just like, ooh, what's the smallest plus size they have? Oh, a 3XL? Sign me up. And it's like, no, it doesn't fit. It will not fit you. So, and then she gets it and it doesn't fit. And then she gets all pissy about it. And it's like, but they've given you so much information. They give you this size chart. It's in inches. It's in centimeters. They give you the model's measurements. Like, they literally give you her hips, her waist, and her chest, plus her height. Like, what else do you need to know about it? They've done everything but give you her legs and her arms measurements. Like, they probably do that on some of these other pieces too, like her feet if she's wearing shoes. They give you a little test to take to kind of help you figure out where you're going to be on the size chart, right? Now, it's not their fault that well, okay, maybe it is their fault, that she maxes out their weight limit. I mean, how many red flags do you need? But apparently all of them. So, you know, they tell you about the fabric, whether this is going to be, you can kind of look at this fabric and know if it's going to stretch or not. It's only got a little bit of rayon, or it's only got 1% spandex in it. I don't think most of these stretch. I don't think this is a very stretchy dress, just going off of the rest of these. I don't really remember what, Tencel? Is that how it's pronounced? I kind of sort of remember what this is, but I don't. I looked it up once upon a time, but it's another synthetic. But like, I don't remember these stretching very well, and considering that's what most of this fabric is made up of, and then you've got 1% spandex, I don't think this is going to be very stretchy. So I wouldn't buy it expecting it to stretch, is kind of where I'm at with that, you know? But Anna always buys these clothes expecting them to, like, I don't know what she expects, honestly. So it's times like these where I don't know if she's like purposefully sabotaging the brand by buying clothes that purposefully don't fit, or if she's just like delusional. I hate being like that, but like, is she really just so delusional that she honestly thinks that she is going to be able to buy the smallest plus size and still fit? All right, that's enough of that. Let's go watch Anna's haul. It's only 13 minutes long because, like I said, again, she rage quits. And do I need to say anything else before we get into this? Oh, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And right, let's get into this.
This video is going to make half of y'all totally and completely hate me.
Hate's a strong word.
And the other half are going to be overjoyed.
I don't know about that either.
And even though I don't love those odds, I'm still going to do this haul because Halloween is right around the corner. Yes, I know it's only August, but your girl likes to be prepared. So
she's going for the Sharpay look, isn't she? She's her and Amber Lynn, yeah. Slowly, surely. Who was it? One of y'all keeps telling me that it's becoming Cartman's Dawson Creek Trapper Keeper.
So today I'm hauling a goth brand.
I listen.
This is, I think, hold on, let me look at the name really quick. Midnight Hour. And I'm super excited to show you guys these looks. I feel like this is a type of fashion that's very undercovered in plus size hauls.
Is it? I just don't think you watch enough goth. I just don't think you watch enough goth fashion influencers, honestly. Maybe that's another thing that set everybody off, was her saying that this is underrepresented in the plus size community, because like maybe that was another thing that set people off, because I have a lot of I haven't watched them all. I've just noticed that for whatever reason, YouTube has sent me a lot of goth influencers who are reacting to this haul in particular.
And I think a lot of you love it. So let's open the box and see what we got. It does not smell the best, but it might just be the plastic.
Plastic. Lindsay. I really wanted to react to Lindsay's reaction of this, but I can't. But God bless.
Oh God. I've never worn this brand, so this is either going to be really good or absolutely terrible. But either way, we're going to have a really fun time.
Something that Milk Tea Reacts said when Anna was opening the box and she said that it didn't smell great is Milk Tea said that the smell thing is typically a sign of cheaply made clothes, which I'm a little confused about, only because the price tags on these are not, in my opinion, the price tags on these are not like cheap. They're not like Shein and Temu cheap, which Milk Tea was kind of comparing it to. I'm not saying Milk Tea is wrong. I'm just confused. That doesn't mean like a brand can't be using cheaply made clothes and selling them at a high price. Like, I'm not saying that can't happen. It's just unfortunate if that is happening. It kind of makes me curious, and I purposefully went to check out the brand because I was like, well, maybe I'll buy a piece or two just to see, but not at these prices. I don't got the budget for that. But because there is this really gorgeous red dress, and I was like, hell yeah, and I was like, no, no. I'm sorry, $86 for a dress is it's unless it's something very specific, like, well, yeah, like the dresses I buy when I go to Salem, because I know that they're like handmade, not handmade, but they're designed, you know, there, and they're very specific for that area. That I'll pay a little extra money for, but like this, I'm not paying $86 for this. And I guess maybe that was Milk Tea's point. Like, this is essentially fast fashion, and it's a high price point for fast fashion, in my opinion. But if it smells like this, according to Milk Tea, that this is a sign that it's cheaply made. So, I don't know.
Before we get into the haul, let's open all this up.
Yeah. You know those are zippers on those bags, right? You could just unzip the bag. You don't have to tear them.
Now it's time to try it all on. I felt like I needed to put on a little black lipstick because what is a goth haul without a black lip? I will also say I could never wear this.
You know, actually, when I used to do the goth thing, I didn't actually used to wear black lipstick too much. I always wore like a real deep red. There was this beautiful, I actually still have it. It was a peacock blue lipstick. Fucking loved it. I still have it. I need to find some place that will like make a dupe, because it's so old, that will make dupes of the lipstick, because you can't buy it anymore, obviously, because I'm old. But I would love to have that lipstick color remade, and I know you can do it. And yeah, I would do the deep red. I would wear that beautiful blue color, and oh, brown. I had a thing for brown lipstick, and I'm not gonna claim like it looked good. Look, I'm not claiming I looked good. I'm just saying I didn't really wear black when I would do my looks.
Necklace like this before because my neck was too chunky, but now that I can, I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's giving like fancy dog vibes.
I had to cut that part out myself. It kind of does look like a fancy dog collar, though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how, I mean, okay, look, I'm torn on the choker because I like chokers. I have quite a few myself. It does kind of, especially with the little charm, it does kind of look like a collar, like a dog collar. I don't hate the design other than the little doodad. If she took the little doodad off and just wore it like a chain collar. Her neck is, I'm not trying to be mean. Her neck is so thick though, and it's not, it's kind of like when Amber wears her chokers. It doesn't do anything for her neck, right? It doesn't look good. right? It doesn't draw the eye there in a flattering way, I guess is where I'm trying to go with this. And because of that, it it doesn't look nice, right? It would be better if she wore a longer necklace that gave her more of a like a V-neck kind of a look. But if she's always wanted to wear a choker and she feels like now is the time, even though I feel like her neck is thicker now than it's ever been, whatever. It's her neck. Let her wear it. Let her wear it. Personally, I think it looks like it's choking her out, but that's what a choker is supposed to do.
In my mind, it sounded better. But then when I said it out loud, I realized I'm just a weirdo. But I'm a lovable weirdo.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Let's get into this haul. Every once in a while, you order for a haul and you get all of the things except for like one piece because it's sold out. That happened in this haul. There was a shirt that was supposed to go under this cute little pinafore.
There was.
So let me show you guys what it looks like on. I just put that on and I felt like I was fighting a little bit of a war. It is
It looks like you fought a bit of a war. You look like you're wearing compression.
a little bit tighter around the waist than I expected it to be. And I don't absolutely love the way it's flaring out.
Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I have never seen anything on her that flares properly. And partially that's because she has a strange body shape. Like even when she bought flare jeans, they didn't flare because they don't fit. They didn't fit her legs, so the flare didn't flare. They just hugged her legs like skinny jeans. And this is going to do the same thing.
I do feel like if I had this in another size, it would be okay.
Did you buy the 5X? Because unless this is a 5X...
Let me just show you guys what I mean. It'll make a lot more sense. So I don't like the way that this is laying. I don't know what about it I don't like. Now that I have it
It doesn't fit.
on, it's not uncomfortable, but you should really unzip it and put it on because I just put it on over my head and I was like...
One thing that people have been asking her, and not just me or her critics, like her actual fans ask her to do that she never does, is they've asked her to sit down when she does hauls. They want her to see how the outfits look when she sits. And this is one of those outfits where I don't think she could sit. I don't think she could sit down in it. Even just like a dainty little sit down a chair. I don't think she could sit. And I don't know what's going on with her compression here, but I think it's time to get new compression.
I felt like I was being sucked into a sausage casing. That is the full twirl. I don't love it.
It doesn't look good.
I just don't think it's me, but a lot of the things in this haul aren't necessarily me, so that's not that weird. I do think it's comfortable, and I like that they're creating options like this for plus girlies because I feel like...
Okay, first off, they've been creating plus-size looks for goth girls for a really long time now, so it's not like you've found the pot of gold suddenly. And also, get your hands out of your ass. And it's just... So I don't understand this like, oh, it's fabulous that they're suddenly making plus-size looks for goth women, or for plus-size goth women. They've been doing that for a long time. I mean, that's cool and all. Maybe this is the first time this particular brand has gone beyond a 2X, but there is no way in hell this is a 5X.
You know, there has been some stuff from Torrid and Hot Topic over the years.
All Hot Topic does is goth. Okay, all Hot Topic did for a long time was goth.
But it's nice to see these more indie...
To be fair, though, I kind of recall when Hot Topic very first started out, like, they were very small sizes. Like, very small sizes.
like goth brands or dark academia brands or whatever style you want to call this start to make more plus options. So good on them. And even though it's not my vibe, I'm sure it might be your vibe. So check it out.
I would wear the shit out of that, not gonna lie.
Let's try on the next thing. Next up is the shirt that led to this haul. Actually, my friend found it. Tracy, if you're familiar with her, saw this and she's like, should I get it? And then sent it to me. And then I was like, yes, you should get it. And I'm also going to get it. And then I was like, you know what? I should just do a haul from this brand. And that's why we're here doing this now. So it is a really cool, like French dark toile. It has bats and kind of...
Toile? I'm confused by this one. Toile? I do like this shirt, don't get me wrong. But this one came up as a 4XL. So she is linking it to the sizes? Yes? Shop the feed. It's a cute shirt. She's wearing a little pencil skirt. Yeah, it's cute. That's sassy. And her Info is she's also 5'10". And she looks amazing in green. Hell yeah, girl. Yeah, too bad I can't enlarge that. Get down with yourself. God, I wish I could rock a dress like that. Damn. Anyway. I do like this shirt. I like it better tied.
Dark theming in it, but it is toile style. And it has a neck bow, which I love. And
Or at least those are the links she's giving. She linked the dress as a 3X. She linked the shirt as a 4X.
Little Peter Pan collar. I think this is something that like any style could wear. It's very cool. The important thing about fashion is like you can't limit yourself to one store or one style. Really developing your own personal style is about trying a whole bunch of different stores and creating what's you. So even though this style may not be the style I wear all the time, there are pieces from it that I fall in love with all the time. So this is a great example of that. And I'm going to try it on with these denim that have some cool embroidery. These are the jeans, and I was
really interested in these jeans because she really struggled with these jeans. New window. There we go. Ooh, those are cute. It's the same model. Okay, so, and they're in the 4XL. Okay, hang on. All right, same model as the dress, right? She's got these in a 4X. I really like them with that red top. Not gonna lie. Really liking it, that red top. God damn it. I need to quit clicking on these pictures. I need that. I need this. I need that in the worst possible way. Anyway, back to where we were. Where did we go? Anyhow, my point is, these came out as a 4XL. I guarantee you those measurements are not going to be what Anna needs for these. So there's that. And this woman is 5'10", which is what Anna claims her height is. And this gives you the rise and the inseam and the waist measurement for each one of these. Because the waist on jeans is usually, we're talking about the waistband, it usually comes in a little bit snugger than your actual waist. So, because buttons. Anyway, the point is. But this gives you the rise and the inseam, which is the up to your belly button and the into your crotch. If you didn't know. But again, same model. Just she's still 5'10". So her height is still the same. Anyway, I wanted to see these because, well, I wanted to see these at the website because Anna has some struggles putting these jeans on. And it's from this point that her overall attitude with the haul really starts to go down. Imagine that. So, yeah.
loved kind of this snake embroidery that's going down the side. I felt like that's just really cool. This is another piece I would totally wear, even though it's not exactly in my style wheelhouse.
I really do like them, though.
I also feel like as a Swift,
I need to stay off that website. There's too many things on there that I'm like, wow, I really like that.
it's a nice little reputation reference that, you know, you can pull out. So I'm going to pair these two together. I don't know if I would actually wear them together normally, but I just kind of paired them together for this haul. This looks like terrible.
Okay, aside from the fact they don't fit, I wouldn't pair those two together just because, like, the shirt is so busy and the jeans have detail on them. I just feel like they would distract from each other, but I don't think you couldn't do it. But this is what I'm talking about. Those jeans don't fit. And the measurements were front and center, like front fucking center on the website when she went to order those. Okay? They were right there. You didn't even have to click to go find those. They were part of the front of the page, right?
Let's talk about it. So first, the pants are too short. This is something
The pants aren't too short. A, they're crops. So they're only going to come to your ankles to begin with. B, the inseam was there. They told you what the inseam was. They told you what the rise was. Both of those measurements were there. Okay? So, no. You don't get to do that. you go get yourself a tape measure, woman, and you take your damn measurements. I know you know how to sew. I know you have a tape measure. I think I've even seen it. So don't play this game. Go take your damn measurements. Start using them. B, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Oh, the model is the same height as you. She is your height. You're the height that you claim that you are. So either you're not 5'10", you're taller than 5'10". I don't care if you are, or your measurements aren't right. Stop it. Stop blaming the brand. It's not the clothes, Anna. How many red flags do you need?
Learning as my body changes.
Your body hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. This is the same problem you have every time. This is why I quit reacting to your freaking hauls. It wasn't even because I don't necessarily... I love this stuff. This is the kind of shit I love. I love this kind of clothing. Okay? This isn't even... Oh, I hate that. No, this isn't that problem this time. One of the major reason, other than I don't like your style, that I stopped reacting to your hauls is you don't pay attention to the fabrics, you don't use your measurements, you blame the clothes when they don't fit. It's your own damn fault. I'm not saying that you can't find clothes that fit. You can. Measure yourself. I know you know how to. Take your damn measurements. Look at the clothing on the website. They'll tell you what the fabrics are. They'll tell you what the measurements are. 9 times out of 10, they'll tell you what the model's measurements, or at least her height is, and what size she's wearing. They may not give you her exact measurements, but they will usually tell you how tall she is and what size she's wearing. You can guesstimate the rest from there. You purposefully sabotage yourself. This is on purpose. It is not the brand or the clothes. It's you. Stop it.
Is that sometimes I just need a tall. So if we look, the waist is sitting here really on my low hip. And I don't think these are supposed to be low hip jeans.
The inseam is, what was it, 13 inches? The rise is 13 and a half inches. Give me a second. All right. The rise measurement, this is the AI, by the way. The rise measurement on a pair of trousers, jeans, is measured from the crotch seam, so the middle of your crotch, to the top of the waistband. So this is the front measurement. The front measurement from the middle of your crotch all the way to the top of the waistband. Not necessarily your waist, but if you want to know what the rise on your body is, this is how you would take the measurement. You would put your doodad in the uncomfortable part. You can do this to yourself, but you put it there, and then you measure it until you get to where your waist is, or where you want your waistband to be. So if you want a high-rise pair of jeans, you measure where you want the waist to be. You want a low-rise, you measure where you want it to go. So if you want it to go under your under your belly button, you measure to where under your belly button is. You want it to go above, you measure above. These jeans have a rise of 13 and a half inches. Okay? So that's much. That's this much. Okay? This much. This being like, if this was under her legs. This is this much for your belly. This is just your belly. This isn't your butt. Okay? Now that's not like massive amounts. Okay? That's not like the most fabric ever, but that's how much fabric you have for your rise. Anna has a tape measure. Anna can go and measure 13 and a half fucking inches to find out where that's gonna hit on her damn body. Now, where would that hit on my body? I don't know. You can even do this measurement sitting. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. 13 and a half. Oh my god! That would be like all the way up to my boobs. Anyway, my point is that's really high. Yeah, see, some sources define a rise of 12 inches or greater as high rise. So these are considered denim cropped, high waisted, wide leg jeans. She can't even remember if these are high waisted or not. 13.5 inches are high waisted jeans. She doesn't even remember what the description of the damn jean. I can't highlight this. Why can't I highlight this? I hate it when they do that. Anyway, arg, arg, arg. Why am I this irritated? I'm this irritated because Anna is trying to blame the brand. Anna's trying to blame the clothes for a problem that is her problem. This is an Anna problem. This is not the clothes. I don't care if you don't like the brand. I don't care if you think there is some kind of moral issue with fast fashion. This is not that issue, okay? You can have those issues. We can have that discussion. It's fine. There are good arguments on both sides. Anna, her problem is she will not measure herself, or if she does, she will not pay attention to the measurements. This is either intentional, which means she's being dishonest, or she refuses to measure herself and pay attention to the websites, which is in itself a form of dishonesty, because there's no reason why she can't. I know she knows how to sew. She has shown me that she can. I know she has a tape measure. She has shown it to me. Okay? I know she can probably figure out how to take her measurements. She has the internet. And I know that this website has more than enough information on it that you could figure out where those goddamn jeans are going to hit your body. I just did it on mine. The point is, Anna is either self-sabotaging on purpose, which is being dishonest, or she refuses to be honest and do her due diligence to make sure that things will fit, which is willful ignorance on her end, which is, in my opinion, a form of dishonesty, because it's not like she doesn't know how to rectify the problem. She is choosing to allow this to continue to be a problem when it is a very easy fix. And for someone who has been doing this for 10-ish, 11, 12-ish years at this point, where fashion is her thing, she should have this figured out by now. And I don't want to hear this, my body's changing shit. You have a tape measure. Just measure yourself. It takes like 5 minutes to take your waist, your hips, and your bust. And you can do those measurements on yourself. You might be off by an inch. That's not that big of a deal. It's not going to make or break you when it comes to ordering clothes. Okay? That website was going out of its way to make sure that you could order clothes from it that fit. The fact that you have managed to find nothing that fit is a you problem, not this brand's and not these clothings. And you are setting them up to make it look like it is. And that, madam, is just bullshit. Anyway. Onward.
Yeah, I can close them. Which, like, if we really want to do that, we can.
And then she's going to send this shit back after she stretched the fuck out of it and, you know, probably damaged the clothing because she's...
I'm not going to fight the zipper right now. But it's a weird place for these to hit. I'm not comfortable with them being hit. They do not cover my butt. So I'm just going to leave them open. And the top, it smells really bad. Like
13.5 inches, and she can't get them over her hip. What was the inseam? It doesn't matter what the inseam was. She can't get them up her crotch.
Boop. Really bad. It has a terrible order to it. And it's just a little bit too small. I ordered, I believe, a 3X in this top. And just for reference, I'm wearing a 2X in Old Navy. I'm wearing a 2X in Torrid. In most plus size brands, I'm in a 2X.
Yeah, but those are all vanity sizes.
Because I was unfamiliar with this one, I ordered a 3, and even the 3 is a bit small. So
they went out of their... I'm trying not to yell. They went out of their way to help you find the size that fit. If you had been honest and taken their little quiz, they would have... It tells you that you needed a 4X. And you ordered a 3. That's your own goddamn problem, woman.
just take that as a caveat. I mean, it does fit kind of around the chest, and I can obviously button it up, but this is not comfortable.
You ordered the wrong size. It's your own fault.
I wouldn't wear this, so yeah, check it out. That said, if you're short, these jeans are still pretty sick.
They're high-rise jeans on a model that's 5'10". They're not made for short folk. I am short folk. They're not petite jeans.
They're just not made for tall bodies.
Do they even
So
have
if you have
petite
a shorter
sizes?
torso, they probably might work really well for you. Also, if you're an apple shape, they might work really well for you.
Girlfriend, I don't know how to break this one to you.
They are not made for my body, and that's okay, because it's about
They might be made for your body if you bought the right size. Look what I have up. Let's take that down. There we go. All right, focus.
wearing clothing you like, not allowing clothing to define how you feel about yourself.
And from this point forward, other than my rage, her attitude about this whole haul just like plummets. I don't know why. This is why I can't tell if she did this on purpose to slam the brand, or if she actually truly thought she was going to get away with like wearing these much significantly smaller sizes because of how bad her attitude tanks after this. Because typically we see this happen when she's excited to go shopping someplace and she's excited to go find things that she thinks are going to fit, and then she can't find anything that fits. At least this has been the way that it has worked in the past. So this is one of the few times where I'm like, I can't tell if she did this on purpose, and I don't think she did. I guess is where I'm kind of going with this. I don't think she intentionally meant to buy this brand and slam it. It's what she ended up happening, but I don't think that's what she intended. I think she thought she was going to buy a bunch of gothy clothes from this brand and do a really cutesy, gothy, dark academic haul and be like, ooh, look how gothy cutie I am. And it didn't work out because none of the shit fit because she didn't pay attention to the sizing.
I don't feel bad about this. I just feel like I wasted my time trying it on.
And from here on out, like, she starts throwing a fit. This is what happens. She starts throwing her fit now.
Honest facts. I'm going to take this off. I hate it.
Honest facts is you didn't do your measurements, and so now none of your shit fits.
I've been humbled.
Have
Really
you?
thought it was going to be great. Really thought this was going to be the look. It's okay. Let's just try something else on. It's rib knit. That works for everybody. Every curve and swerve you have, rib knit's great for it. It has a
I don't even wear rib knit. I've lost. I need to lose more, but I've lost 25 pounds. I don't even wear rib knit yet.
cool, like butterfly panel in the back. This has got to work. Y'all, I'm not lying. This thing really does smell awful. I would not buy this even if you like it just because of how bad it smells. I don't know how long it would take to get rid of the smell, or if you even could. Just having it close to my nose, like, makes me feel kind of sick to my stomach. It's
I don't know. Kind of like I really want to buy a piece just to see. I really want to haul a piece just to see how bad it is. But I don't know.
it's bad.
I don't know how curious I am.
Okay, this feels a lot better. This feels a lot better. I like this detail. Obviously, that
That's
is
cute.
super cool. And let me show you full length because there's a slit in it, but I actually really like how the slit looks with compression.
Yeah, so this is the dress. This is $66. Why is this cheaper? And ribbed jersey, rayon, and spandex. It is really stretchy. And model is 5'10", and she's wearing a 2XL. So again, not a height problem. Now this one only did go up to a 4XL according to the website. How do I have anything in my... What?
So if you are someone that feels more comfortable in leggings, this is actually a cool dress to wear with leggings or compression. So this would look super cute if you were wearing leggings because you get that pop. Even if you're wearing like a different color, like a deep maroon, or even if you had like a printed tight, like a spider webs or like some type of design that was woven in, it's a great way to like highlight that in a dress while still having quite a lot of coverage. So I think this is a great dress. It's very cute. It's very comfortable. And honestly, I'm glad I got to put this on after the last look because it's made me feel a lot better. As you can see, ribbed knit works for body.
It's like watching Amber try dresses on.
Is better. It helps the garment adjust to whatever your body shape is. And so of course it's a great thing to put on after something doesn't work. Let's just put it that way. I do really like this slit though, but it is creeping up a little bit. Again, tall girl problems. And I'm not 100%.
Height has nothing to do with it, Anna. That model is the same height you are.
Sure, if I have a plan for it, but it's definitely super cute.
I wouldn't wear it.
It's always weird when you try a new brand because you really just don't know what you're getting yourself into at all. You don't know if the sizing is going to be consistent. You don't know if you're going to like the way things are cut. Halfway through this, I've kind of realized it's probably not a brand I'm going to shop again. Not because it's a bad brand and because it won't work for everybody, but it's just not really cut for my body type.
That might be true, honestly.
Maybe a piece here and there if I really fall in love with it, but
If you would just buy the right size.
it's probably a brand I'm not going to check out again. That said, I am one person with one body type, and there are so many different bodies in the world. So if it doesn't work for my body, it actually might work for yours. Just depends on how you're shaped.
This was an interesting point in the video, honestly, for me, because normally when Anna slams a brand, she just like completely grinds it into the dirt. This is, I think, the first time I've ever heard her like say something like this, right? She's still slamming the brand, don't get me wrong. But I think this is the first time I've ever heard her kind of couch it this way. Like, this doesn't work for me, but it might work for you. Like, I've never heard her really use this "your mileage may vary" language before. Normally, it's I hate this, it's awful, garbage brand. Normally, that's kind of how she talks. And maybe she's been listening to her critics who have always said, why do you talk like that? Just because the brand doesn't work for you doesn't mean it won't work for everybody else. And that's why we're hearing this new language. So maybe that's what's happening here. And if it is, I mean, kudos for learning. I will give her points for that. Maybe she's a little bit aware that the struggle bus that she's on, she got on by herself. Nobody put her on this bus. Either way, I just kind of wanted to note this because it is a shift in language that I noticed. Now, I also don't watch a ton of her clothing hauls. So if she has said this in a clothing haul since she came back from her surgeries, then I haven't heard it. So maybe this is something that she's been doing and I just haven't heard it before. But I will say that this is a shift in language since I've watched her last clothing haul, which it has been a while. So there's that. But I am noticing it, or at least I'm making note of it. So even if she has started doing this more frequently, it's still a shift in language for her. Because normally, or at least in her past, like last year even, if she didn't like a brand, she just trashed the hell out of it. Like she would go as far as to even say sometimes this is a trash brand. Like she would just, and she still does a little. She still does in this video. Don't get me wrong, but like right here, she does kind of put that little caveat. Oh, there's different types of bodies. Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for you. That kind of a thing. This is not typical for her, but if she keeps this up, I mean, I will give her points for that. Just because she's right. Just because she doesn't like something doesn't mean the rest of us aren't going to like something. She does have a unique body shape now. She's a little bit more disproportionate than she has been in the past. So things aren't going to fit her the way that they probably used to in the past, especially since she refuses to buy the sizes that fit. So, at least she's being a little self-aware in that aspect. But, yeah, this is just a shift in language that I wanted to make note of. I think she rage quits before we get to the accessories.
So let's look at this like casual look I grabbed. So I just thought these bike shorts were kind of fun. Obviously, I'm going to layer them over my compression, but I love that they are long enough to wear alone if you aren't stuck in compression in the summer like me. They have a fun kind of bat print down the side, so something kind of cool. And then also the lace at the end I thought was really fun.
I won't like these in general. I don't like this kind of thing.
They feel like they're also made of a breathable natural fabric, so they're just going to be better in the heat.
But that's a me thing. If you like that kind of thing, you go rock that out. There's a lot of things that I don't like that other people look amazing in, and I'm just like, God damn it.
Now, For a top, I kind of went with something that's very similar to the dress I just tried on, just because I wanted to have something that worked. It has another kind of back panel. This one's different. It's not butterflies. It's like a moon goddess and some things. I don't know if that's a face, or actually I think it's a face with a moon, like a Medusa head is what it looks like.
Yes.
And then other than that, it's just kind of like a black tee. I figured this was like a
It looks like they just kind of threw a bunch of things together and was like, hey, go with it.
cool casual look that maybe you could wear to like a concert or something in the summer. I don't know.
I'm not known for wearing black in the summer, but let's go. I am also not goth.
Let me just show you it on. I actually kind of like this fit, but I have noticed that they are definitely cut a lot shorter in length. So
All right. Bike short. Oh. Okay, well, I can't check the bike shorts because they're out of stock. So I can't see what the model is wearing. But my guess is since they only had the 2+, it seems like they only had the 2+ size models and both of them were 5'10". I'm going to go with the guess that whoever was wearing them was one of those two models and they're both 5'10". So it's not a height problem, as usual.
for a high rise bike short, I would expect it to come up to my waist and add some additional support there. And it's just barely getting over my butt, which is fine. It works, but
How many red flags do you need, Anna?
it's not what I would expect from this very specific type of garment from a bike short. The top is very comfortable. I do feel like the neck is a little high. Let me show you guys the full thing. So as you can see, like, I'm really struggling to get it up to where I would want this to hit, which is right about here at my waist. It's sitting about 2 inches. Now I wear
I still say that's not my waist, but whatever.
like a booty short for try-ons, and it's literally sitting about an inch below
Booty short? What?
those. So it's just a little short for me. Again, great option for shorter girls, more petite girls. It's just tall girls. This probably isn't your brand. The top is comfortable. It's a little tighter around the waist than I would like.
Because it's the wrong size. It's a cute top, though. I like the burnout in the back. I have one that's a butterfly, and I really like it in the summer.
I would like a little more room for this. I don't hate it. It's just, I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't wear it. And
You don't hate it, but you hate it. Touche.
it's not the design or anything like that. It just doesn't quite fit.
Actually, I can find it in my size. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, this model is 5'8". Give me the front. It's not a high rise. It comes below your belly button. It's sold out. Wait, what were they saying? Let's pretend like I was supposed to get an XL. She's wearing an extra small. The other model is 5'10" and wears an extra large. Okay, so I was right.
Fit me right. Can I get it on my body? Yeah.
So she just like makes shit up about these pieces of clothes. Like nothing there says anything about them being a high rise. The jeans that were supposed to be high rises, she's like, I don't know if these are supposed to be low cuts. No, they're high rises. They're like 13 and a half rise in the front. What? No. So she just makes shit up.
Yes. Do I feel confident in it? No. And I think it's one of the things that I'm working on. Let me just show you the back while I talk about this.
Well,
I am working on, as my journey continues, to only wear things that I truly love and feel confident in.
I mean, yes, that's what you should do. If you don't like something, and if you don't like the way you feel in a piece of clothing, get rid of it. Because you're never gonna wear it. It's just gonna sit in your closet and take up space. Get rid of it.
Because I feel like
Death clean.
I deserve that. And so I feel like there's a lot of pressure as a creator to wear the brands you can link in LTK, the brands you can do, et cetera, et cetera. And I played that game. I don't like it. It's not a fun game for me.
We are witnessing her go through her cycle. We are witnessing the cycling here. What phase of the cycle are we in now? I noticed that Chikara is using the cycle as well. We're all using your cycle, Anna. Oh, you can see my cat's tail. Where'd the cycle go? I think we're moving from I think we're in like outside feedback here, maybe with this journey that she's talking about. I don't know. We're somewhere here in the mid phases, the in between phases. It's here, so Yeah. But we're definitely watching her. We're watching a shift in phases right now, where she's talking about her journey and like how she's like, I feel pressured to wear things that, I have to like link. No, that'd be the contradictory reveal, wouldn't it? Yeah. We're in phase 5. Ah. So we're moseying on into phase 5, where she's like, I feel like I'm pressured to only wear things that I can, as an influencer, I'm pressured to wear things that I can link and that I can sell, and that I have to appear like I'm happy in when I'm really not. So yeah, I think we're in like a phase 5, or maybe we're in like a phase, the mid phase here, the shifting of phase 4 into phase 5. I think that's where we're at. Yeah. Because I know that she went on a little rant on TikTok. I don't know where it fit, but I know that she did an off-platform defensiveness on TikTok, which is not a typical place where she does a rant. So, but maybe she saw the cycle. Maybe she saw the cycle and decided to, I'm gonna break the cycle. You're just proving the point, Anna. Mwah. Anyway, yeah, but we're definitely that was definitely like a phase 5. Phase 5, phase 6 statement there. Anyway, this video is way too long.
And said, I just want to wear what I like. And so, as you can see, a lot of the hauls I've been doing are not even brands I think that are on any of those services. And if they are, they're on there by fluke. But it's really more about like, who am I? What is my personal style? And shopping wherever that is that fulfills my needs to express myself. And that's really how fashion should be.
Yeah, this is definitely a contradictory confessional. What were we calling that? Sorry. Contradictory reveal. I don't know if she's revealing anything exactly, but this is definitely a contradictory kind of like confessional moment for her.
It shouldn't be about what's cool. It shouldn't be about,
Yeah.
what gives you some type of status. It should be about something that makes you feel confident and more like yourself.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my mission in all the shopping I'm doing now, is just to find things that make me feel a little bit more like myself.
Right.
This is not fit me. I'm done.
Okay, this is where she rage quits. So we didn't make it to the accessories. Now, interestingly, Milk Tea went through the website, and I think this is the right outfit. Milk Tea went through the website trying to find this dress that Anna rage quits on, because she never shows us the whole dress, and it's a romper, apparently, on here, which, how the hell is she getting into it? Well, that explains a lot, actually. But this seems to be the piece that Anna is in, because Milk Tea was looking at the neckline here, trying to figure it out. And apparently this is the only piece on the website that has this neckline. I'm going off of what Milk Tea was saying. I'm 90% sure. I'm 90% sure this is the outfit. I can be wrong. All right, look, I can be wrong. Now, I don't care that this is what Anna decided to buy, but it does kind of lean into the idea that I was having, that Anna was trying to buy a bunch of like cutesy kind of, you know how she is, cutesy, sexy, gothy looks. You know, she's trying to lean into that sexy gothy look. It's just kind of like a lot of people who just kind of dip their toe into, especially women, when they just kind of dip their toe into the gothy thing. It's like, I'm a goth girl, ooh, kind of a thing. And then none of it worked for her, right? Especially then she gets to this outfit, which is probably the more sexy-ish of all of the outfits. It's definitely the more daring of them all, even though it's like a romper. That mesh kind of gives it that like, ooh, kind of mysterious look. This is terribly mysterious. And then she can't even get it on. So I think this is what she was wearing, or trying to wear anyway, if you can kind of see it. We never really get a full look at it. It's actually really pretty. Does it have this tie? It does have that tie on the back. I'm not a fan of rompers, mainly because like I don't like the idea of having to get fully undressed to go to the bathroom.
I'm calling an audible. I don't want to try on any more of these clothes.
It is it, because here's the tie. Okay, that is the same dress because this is the little bow tie in the back. So this is the mesh tie. So this is the dress she was wearing. Because here's the tie. It's all bunched up in the front here. How the hell do you get into a romper like this? Whoops, sorry. I kind of really want to see what it looks like. Like, how much of a train wreck was this?
Sometimes you just got to walk away before you totally and completely lose it. And I am on the verge of that right now. Treat the brands that don't work for you like your exes. Do not call them back.
It's not the brand, Anna.
Delete them from your phone. And that's about.
Yeah, see, I don't know if you can see it, but like this is it's a romper, right? So it's a one piece, right? Unless it's like this one romper that I saw at Altered States, I think it was, where it was kind of like a clamshell. It was kind of cool. Where it was like all one piece in the front, but like the back was open. So like you stepped into no, I saw it at Target. So you like stepped into the pants and then you pulled the top off, and then you pulled the top over the front so that you could like sit down and pull the pants off. Anyway, it was a good idea. It was so you didn't have to take the whole damn thing off to go to the bathroom. Maybe that's like this. Maybe, and that's why she's got the top on and not the bottom. But you can clearly see that she's not got the bottom on. But this is the top, because this is the bow in the back. So I don't know what the hell's happening here, but it's clearly not fitting. But I kind of want to know. I mean, like, now I want to see the train wreck. Like, how did you get... What? How are you this far into it? It's a romper. I thought you had to put those on like pants first. I am very confused. How is this working? You're defying physics, Anna. Show me more. Anyway.
What I'm going to do with this.
Yeah, you see how it's all bunched up? Like, right here? This is her side. So this is all the dress. Is all bunched up right through here. Dress, the romper. It's all bunched up through here.
Also, this dress also smells absolutely terrible.
She says dress, but it's... Alright, so anyway, I think this haul took me way more time than it needed to. I probably cut chunks of it out just to kind of make up for time. Also, my cat wants something desperately. I don't know what, but we're going to go find out before he decides to destroy everything around him. I think I said what I wanted to say where it is. Mainly, this boils down to Anna progressively gets more aggravated with the clothes because they don't fit. But as we saw when we went to the website really goes out of its way to make it easy for you to find out what size you need on the website to wear. So the fact that she bought clothes that were way too small for her is her problem. There's no reason for her not to know what her measurements are, and there's no reason for her not to have purchased the sizes that would have fit her other than she refuses to do so. Either she refuses to admit that she needs to wear a 5X, a 4 to 5X, or she is purposefully doing this to make the brand look bad. And I don't know why she would do that other than maybe she there has always been the speculation that she will reach out to a brand for to promote them for sponsoring, and if they turn her down, then she'll trash the brand. There's always been that speculation. But judging by how excited she started off this video with and how like mad she is at the end, I've never seen her rage quit a haul before. Maybe she has. I've never seen it. But again, I don't cover every one of her hauls, so if she has before, let me know. But just judging by how excited she starts off the video and how pissed she is at the end, I don't think this is that situation, because I've seen her trash brands before. This doesn't feel like that, right? There's even a point in the middle of the video where she's like, this isn't working for me, but maybe it'll work for you, which again is language I don't usually hear her use. So I don't think that's what's going on here. I think for whatever reason, she honestly does not want to admit that she's big as she is. She refuses to A, take her measurements or pay attention to her measurements. She still has this idea that she has a long torso, which I don't think she technically has a long torso, but I think because of her girth, she has to shop as if she has a long torso, if that makes sense, because she has to make up for her width with long torso-esque measurements, because I don't think her torso is actually that long. I think she has long legs, because she is tall for a woman. She's above average height for a woman. But I don't think that height's in her torso. I think that height's in her legs. Now, I don't know her exact measurements, but I'm starting to be able to guess. And I don't think most of her height's in her torso. I honestly think she's rather proportional, to be perfectly honest with you. Even after the surgery and stuff. All of that being said, there's no reason for her not to know her measurements. I know she knows how to sew. I know she knows there's no reason for her not to know how to take her measurements. The internet's a thing. I know she has a tape measure. She's shown it to us before on some of her crafting videos. Take your measurements, write them down. It takes less than 10 minutes to take your measurements that you need for this website. The website had a quiz. Granted, the website's weight maxed out at 300 pounds, and I'm convinced she's more than that. But it still had her minimally starting at a 4X, and she said she didn't buy anything over a 3X, I think. I think one thing she mentioned she bought at a 4X, maybe two things she bought at a 4X. She needs a 5, at least. She needed to be buying 4 to 5X, not 3 to 4, right? So the website was helping. The website was there to help her out. There's no reason why she shouldn't have been buying clothes that fit, other than just sheer vanity. She doesn't want to admit that she's buying those sizes, or she just can't handle seeing herself buy these large sizes after all of this time, after being on whatever GLP-1 she's on again, after having 4 liposuction surgeries and a skin lift, after doing all of the weightlifting and the co-pilot exercise routines that she's been doing. I think all of this really does kind of drive home the point, though. If you don't address your diet, like if you don't fix what you're eating, it doesn't matter what else you do, right? Anna has had 4 liposuction surgeries plus a skin lift off of her arms, right? She's had skin removal off of her arms. She's had liposuction from her arms, her legs, her calves, and I believe her guts. I feel like she had some taken off of her thighs, or sorry, her hips. I feel like she had some off of her hips. Either way, she's had everything but her ass done, right? Anna has supposedly been doing co-pilot workouts for somewhere around 2 years at this point. She supposedly runs and or walks several miles a day. She hikes several miles religiously, weekly, with a pack and a dog, right? And now she's strength training 3 times a week, plus 2 days of active rest, right? She's very, very active. And yet, she hasn't lost anything. She doesn't look any different today than she looked before all of her surgeries. I think Chikara did a really good video where she's got some comparison pictures on there where it's just like, I think it's the very first picture of Anna before she started her surgeries, and then there's a picture of Anna in a bathing suit on a beach, and it's a very, very recent picture of Anna. And other than Anna's arms are smaller because she had the skin removal, there's no discernible difference. And apparently Anna's using filters in the beach picture. So it's like, even with filters, Anna doesn't look any different. It's just, it just is a very, it's just a testament that, like, if you're not going to address and clean up your diet, it doesn't matter what else you do. You're not going to lose weight. Or, yeah, you're not going to lose weight. And it's not going to change how you look or what clothes you fit into, right? And Anna seems to want to do everything except address her diet. And this is what happens. She gets frustrated because she thinks in her head that she should be smaller than she is. And when she orders clothing, I'm guessing, she orders them at the size she thinks she should be, or she hopes that she is. And then when they show up, she doesn't fit them, because I don't think a single one of these hauls, except for maybe the date haul, has had anything in it that fits her. And even then, we can argue if the things that do fit her fit. You know, she just refuses to buy clothes that fit. And I just don't understand why. Anyway, all right. That's enough of this. This is way too long of a video as it is. So thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. You guys rock. Thank you to everybody who's going to hit the thumbs up button. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and put a pair of scissors, because I don't think they'll have a needle and thread. So go ahead and put a pair of scissors down in the comment section as your emoji. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Did you do goth? Were you gothy? Are you still gothy? Have you noticed any other people reacting to this particular haul than you normally see? Because I've gotten several. Not like a ton, just a noticeable amount. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Did you like any of the stuff on here? Did you get lost on the website? Because I know I did. Spent way too much time on that damn website. Too much stuff on that website. Again, if the video's kind of chopped up, it's just because I was cutting for time, and that's all I've got for you guys. So I will see everybody in the next one. Bye!
This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.